What's up, Cesar?
All good, Rick?
This is Cesar from Fit to Go here in Miami. How you doing today?
Good, great.
Excellent. We just did another video, and we just got to talking, and we hit it off really well, and we're talking about the program where you're going to be watching me getting my weights and measurements and all this kind of stuff. BMI, I think they call it, right? And all that. And when we're talking, Cesar got inspired, and you'll watch this video separately than this video you're watching now. And Cesar's going to do the program with me. He's going to have to lose weight on camera. This is about inspiring, man. You already got inspired.
That's true. I got inspired.
Tell me about what you do at Fit to Go here.
Fit to Go, we cook and deliver healthy meals to people in their office
that
have a hectic workday. We cook our meals early in the morning so they can have it daily, sitting in their office, waiting for them when it's lunchtime.
Yeah.
And no contracts, no commitments, and you can customize anything. So
nice.
I know
we opened this up on the other video,
but
everybody gets to see it. It's so much more than it looks like.
Yeah, because they're measured in 1 cup measures.
Right.
And they're also individually packaged. So, for instance, you're a vegetarian, so we adapt. You wouldn't receive a pork, you would adapt the vegetarian dish.
Nice.
So if you don't eat, sweet potato, you can switch it for anything else, and it's no additional cost.
I love that. That's awesome. Okay, well, everybody get ready to watch this video, and then when you watch the other video, you're going to see that Cesar's going to have to go through what I'm going through in this video, which I had to take my shirt off on camera. It's a little embarrassing, but guess what? If we didn't let ourselves get overweight, we wouldn't be embarrassed on camera, would we?
It's the way it is.
That's right.
Ups
All right,
and
my
downs.
friends, thank you so much.
All right, Rick.
We're going to be losing weight together.
We will.
Cesar from Fit to Go, Ric Eddins from SeeMyBeach.com. We're going to change our world. That's going to change our lives and our future. That's all in one little swoop. And I'm looking forward to getting into some of this food. Okay, guys, take care, everybody. SeeMyBeach.com. Come see Miami.com. Cool. See you later. Fist bump of the 21st century.
Hi, everybody. As you see, Rick is here with me because he has decided to get healthy.
Yep. If anybody saw the video that we did the other day at Coral Reef Park, they'll see that I was kind of on the fence about whether I was going to do this or not.
Exactly.
Michelle's very convincing. She said that it's so important for me to do it. So I'm doing it. So what do we do from here?
Okay, so the first thing I do with you is that I'm going to take measurements, take your body fat.
Okay. I'm excited about that.
Scared.
Yeah.
I'm going to find out your medical history.
Okay.
I'm going to see if you're healthy enough to exercise. It is a rigorous exercise, so you have to be careful that you don't have any big time issues, heart conditions or high blood pressure, cholesterol.
Gotcha.
Those things are really important because I need to know if it's safe.
Okay.
Because of all things, that's the first thing you got to be is safe.
Right.
So we're gonna go and get started on that. So
okay.
Here you go, Rick. Fill these things out for me. This is a Part Q. This is just for basic heart conditions. So if he has some sort of heart condition, it will arise in this page, and he'll say, "Yes, I've had this," and then it'll give me some sort of indication that it could be a risk, and then we might have to get a physician to sign off on him exercising. So we're gonna fill that out. It should be easy because he says he's very healthy.
I've only been to the doctor. I went for the old guy physical about 3 years ago, at being required by someone who wanted me to do it.
Yes.
And he said I was in unbelievably great health for my age and everything.
But it's been 3 years since you've been?
Yeah.
And that's a long time to not have been to a doctor.
I haven't had any problems, so I guess you should still go or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, here's your doctor. I'm going to fill this out and come right back to you guys. So hold on one moment. That way you don't have to wait through this.
Exactly.
Right.
This is the stuff that's boring. Yeah, we're back. So he filled out all the forms that have to do with his medical history. As far as what I can see, he seems to be healthy. Doesn't have anything unusual or anything that I could say is a risk factor for me to say, he has to go by a physician to get cleared before he can start a rigorous workout with me. So that would be the next step is it okay? Is it safe? And then finding out what his measurements are. Let's see where he's at with all those things. And as you see on the board, we have arms, chest, waist, hips, thighs, calves, and then the biggest and most important one is body fat. Because a lot of people go by weight, but I was telling Rick, you don't go by weight, you go by body fat, which is the layers of fat that are around your body. And if you have a high level of body fat, then you could be at risk because that means there could be more fat cells in your body.
Gotcha.
And it can create a health hazard later on. You could have heart disease. So it's very important. And sometimes weight is not necessarily a very accurate way to determine because you could have had a lot of salt and now you're bloated.
Right.
And in women's cases, you're getting your period, you're bloated, you weigh more. Or if you weigh yourself in the morning and then you weigh yourself in the evening, it totally changes. Because let's say you didn't eat anything in the morning, so you don't weigh as much. You went to the bathroom, you did things, now you ate a whole bunch of things, and boom, you weigh yourself again, you weigh a couple more pounds. So it's not really accurate.
Right.
So the most accurate way is through body fat, and that's what we're going to show here. Okay. So I'm going to start with his circumference measurements, which is just measuring around the body parts that you see up there. So let's start with his arms.
Told you guys this was going to be embarrassing, but that's what it's all about. All right.
Okay, so turn this way. We're going to start with this arm. We're only going to measure one side. Usually that's how you do it with body fat anyway. Okay, so hold that there. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so that is 14 and a half. Let's write it down. Okay, next.
Okay.
All right, next is chest, so arms out.
I'm going to do it this way.
Sure, even though you're going to get my back. We'll go this way.
Just had to show my back.
All right. All right, let's see, you are... Okay, now let's go to the waist.
The fun part.
Even though you do have a belt, so you might want to remove the belt. Only because I'm going to be measuring over a belt and it's not going to be accurate. So let's see. I have to remember where exactly I measured so that the next time it'll be accurate to wherever we're measuring.
Right above my belly button.
Right above your belly button, okay? Just keep in mind that. 42. Okay, hips. This one is not such a big deal for men.
Right.
Because obviously men don't have hips like women do.
Right.
Women carry babies, so we tend to be hippie.
Yeah.
But it's still important because you might see a difference due to the belly.
Sure.
This is 45. And there might not be too much of a change either.
Right.
You know, the way you look is the way your body structure is the way your body structure is. You're not going to change it. I'm not going to cut you down or anything, so you might not change too much. What I like to see is obviously in the waist.
Right.
In the chest, maybe you'll actually gain. If you gain some muscle, you might actually get bigger there.
Chest bigger, this smaller.
Exactly. Yeah, because
arms
it'll be
bigger.
like that, you know.
Arms bigger.
Arms bigger.
Yeah.
You want to look for the body fat coming down, but then maybe your inches coming up. Now, in a woman, it's the other way around. Women want to lose in their arms. They want to lose in their butts and hips and all those areas because, you know, we tend to store there.
Right.
Men don't tend to store there. Men,
I kind of like that though.
What, that women
With
store
a reason.
Well, some people pay a lot of money to get that
Exactly.
inflated. Okay, turn this way. Let's do your thigh. Okay. Let me see. You have to remember where this is at, okay? Because you have these long pants.
Okay.
The next time I measure you, maybe it'll be bigger.
There we go.
Maybe you'll lose, maybe you'll gain. We'll see.
There you go. Well, my biggest problem is getting fat in my face. That's what I'm excited about losing.
When you lose, that's the first place you notice. At least I notice that a lot in people. This in the calves is really, you're not going to really see too much here either.
Okay.
Some women do gain, they gain that muscle, which always looks nice.
Right.
But it would be interesting to work with a woman to see the differences of how your body changes compared to a woman's body changing, because it's very different.
Yeah, we'll do a woman next time. We'll get them involved.
Maybe we'll get a woman
not
involved.
with me losing weight again. I'll be in good shape, but we'll get a woman and show them
see the
differences.
difference. See, like when Rick was doing, he gained in certain areas, women lost in certain areas.
Right.
It's cool to see that.
Exactly.
Because oftentimes people compare each other, you know, husband and wives, if they're training together and becomes a competition, and they can't. They're so different. A woman's metabolism is so different than a man's metabolism, so you can't compare or compete. It's not fair.
Right.
So I see the frustration sometimes in people who want to work out like that as a husband and wife, and I tell them, don't do it if you're going to be competitive, because it's not, you guys might end up in a big
it's not
problem.
equal, exactly.
Okay, so now let's do body fat.
Okay.
This is a caliper. This measures the body fat. You'll see as I pull it off the skin, you know, when you have a muscle underneath, then you have a layer of fat on top. So this little layer that you see here, that is body fat. That's what I'm measuring.
Gotcha.
And then that's going to tell, I'm going to take 4 different spots in your body, a couple of times each, just to make sure I'm accurate.
Okay.
And then the calculation of all of it, the average, and then looking at a chart will tell me where your body fat's at.
Okay.
Okay? So let's do that.
All right.
So stand up again.
So fun. Okay.
This one, I don't know, I gotta tell you, I gotta measure behind you with maybe your shirt off.
Ooh. That's just me.
I'm
That's
just
just wrong, man.
Oh, I want to see that.
Hey guys, we're here at Math Monkey, just so everybody knows. That was Elena. She's really excited that I'm going through this humiliating process. Thank you, Elena.
Right?
Elena's support. Shirt off.
Okay, so first, let me just do your arm. We don't have to go later. Relax.
That's okay.
First, I'm gonna do the arm. Okay, so I gotta measure from the top of this arm to where your elbow is, and measure the halfway mark between those two. Okay, let me just grab my pen so I can mark it. That is right here. Okay, so I'm gonna measure the front and the back of the arm. That way it gives me a calculation of the arm. Now, people tend to store a lot of fat in their arms. They don't think they do, but the first thing you start gaining is in your triceps, especially a woman. You gain in the back of your arm, and you gain in the front of the arm, and then next thing you know, you have this bloaty arm. And people hate it, and they don't like to wear things that are, exposing their arms, and I can understand. But you also tend to lose fat there too, so.
Gotcha.
Okay, so I'm gonna grab. See, I'm grabbing here. It doesn't hurt, right? Because people tend to look at me like, she's pinching me.
Exactly.
I'm not pinching, it's not hurting, it's just grabbing to see.
I have extra fat on me, so it's okay.
This is gonna tell me how much fat he has away from the muscle. Let's do it one more time. Okay. So
I psychologically feel like I'm getting a shot when you do that.
I'm gonna mark down here just a
anti-shots.
quick little calculation.
Okay.
Okay, now turn this way. Now the front of the arm. Okay, so keep your arm there. See, there's a lot less fat here than there is in the back.
Gotcha.
Triceps are horrible. It's really where you gain a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Here's very little. As you see, I can barely even grab it.
Right.
So let me do it one more time just to be accurate.
My fat's always on my belly and my face. That's where all my fat goes.
I will talk a little bit about what happens with men and fat.
Okay.
6. Okay, so now I gotta get the back.
Take my shirt off. Okay.
I have to get back here. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna bring your arm here, and you're gonna let it drop, and I'm gonna grab whatever's here.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let me get my shirt off, and I'm gonna go off camera for a moment to do that.
Sure.
Okay, this is the part I'm really excited about. I get to be undressed on camera.
Yeah, he's really excited about this.
All right.
Okay, turn back. Okay, so bring this arm behind, bend it. Okay, so I'm gonna grab right underneath the scapula. Okay, go ahead and drop it. Okay, now bring it one more time. Okay, drop it again. Okay. Okay, so turn and face me. Now we're going to go in the hip area. Okay? So I have to go. I'm gonna do this on camera. But anyway, I need to go between here. Okay, so here. You're not gonna have a lot of fat here. Yeah, perfect. Here, and here. This is not gonna show a lot of fat.
But this will be really sexy when I lose the weight.
Absolutely.
I won't be so embarrassed to take my
You'll
shirt
look
off.
great.
There we go.
Okay, one more time.
I knew it was going to be embarrassing. And see, this is the thing. Don't let yourself get out of shape so you don't have to go through this kind of a nightmare.
People that are on the Biggest Losers do it on camera, and let me tell you, they are really, really heavy.
Yeah.
So think of it that way. It takes a lot of courage to do what you're doing. So think about it.
I'm trying doing it for you guys because
Okay, you can put your shirt back on now. You don't feel embarrassed.
I want to set an example for people to get in shape and to not let themselves get out of shape.
Exactly.
And we just covered the 5K run last night. It was inspirational, or on the 31st, a couple of nights ago.
Yeah.
It was inspirational because you had all these kids and all these people in the race. And I thought the race basically was over after the first 3 people came through. But then it was a time of celebration. Even people that came through much later in the process, they were like all so excited they had completed the race. I'd never covered anything like that before.
Well, that's really nice. Maybe it's something you can do.
It was awesome. It was just, no, I don't want to do that.
You want to do a marathon at some point? No?
I don't think so.
You don't have
to. But
I
respect everybody who does. Not my thing.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Okay.
All of those calculations led to 56. So now, Rick, do you want to say your age on camera? Yes or no?
That's my age, 56.
Is that your age? Are you kidding? That's so funny.
My age. I turned 56 on May 27th.
Okay, I'm going to make myself a
So
note
I'm
here
just
too.
barely fit.
Only because I need to keep a record because eventually we're going to erase all this and we're not going to have it. So, Okay.
I don't mind seeing my age and stuff. This is all about bearing the soul and bearing everything.
This is
Well, not
exposing the
everything.
whole thing.
Exactly. I think I've bared enough.
Okay, so here's the difference. In women, they are allowed more body fat. In men, they're allowed less. Women
Okay.
are made to store fat. Men are made to burn fat. That's because we have children and you guys don't. We bear children.
Right.
So our bodies are just that way. So there's another reason why I think competitiveness with a husband and wife is not fair.
Okay. Right.
Okay. So for a woman, this is a men's chart, yeah. 12 to 18% is average.
And I'm at 56?
No, I haven't calculated that.
Oh.
Yet. So now we're gonna go by your age. Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna go here. I don't know if you want to see, just because it's me. And then you go by what measurements I got. Okay, so which was in between this and this. Okay, so somewhere around in here. You are at 29% body fat. And 12 to 18% is average.
So I'm double almost.
Yeah. So you got some losing to do.
Right.
And it's body fat, it's not weight. Because I didn't even measure, I didn't put you on a scale. I don't really go by that because I explained it's not very accurate.
Oh, I do need to
So-
go measure my. I'll go get on a scale just so I'll.
If you want, you can have it, and then we
for
can just
fun.
kind of put it here if you
Yeah.
want, just to keep it in memory. But really, what I want people to see is that you're at 29% body fat, percentage of body fat. Okay, so that means that according to these standards, you're obese.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're not obese, and
Right.
and what people normally think is obese, they see a huge person with a lot of fat and all that kind of crazy
Right.
stuff going. You're not like that.
Right.
You are just a bit overweight because you haven't really taken the time to do something about losing that. And it's not like you eat bad. You
Right.
do eat good. So
Right.
along with the session, the next thing I would do is talk about food.
Right.
'Cause that's
I
important.
have a strange life compared to most people.
Yeah.
And there's challenges for me when it comes to the food thing because I'm, always eat out for the
Yeah.
most part, bring food to the room or whatever.
Exactly.
And I'm always in motels, resorts or whatever. And I can eat free most of the time.
Yeah.
So I tend to eat what I want. And I don't ever think about
Here's the problem too,
Control.
is that you don't know how they cook the food. 'Cause
Right.
That's an important thing. I mean, when I cook, I know what I put in my food. I know that it's healthy. I know how much oil. I know what's the ingredients. You're eating out all the time. You're not quite sure what people are giving you.
Right.
So
True.
you're kind of at the whim of whatever they say.
Exactly.
And then other thing is drinking, because that's an important one. That has a lot of problems with
That's
gaining.
what I can tell you. That's where 80% of my problem is.
Exactly.
So I don't even do sweets all that often. I don't
Yeah.
really care about sweets that much.
Sugars are horrible.
Yeah.
It's one of the worst things you can do is have sweet things.
There's been
all
so
the
many
time.
problems with the ice cream and things like that, and things like that, and things you can't control. I try to
Exactly.
avoid. So I don't eat much ice cream or anything like that.
Which is
Or
great,
sweets.
because I know there's a lot of people that I have worked with that's the hardest thing for them to do.
Yeah, and for
Just
me,
to cut that
that's
out.
not a problem. For me, it's going to be the beer. I drink a lot of beer.
And that's kind of like a sweet thing. It turns into sugar in your body anyway.
Exactly.
A lot of calories. So
Yeah.
if you cut that back, doesn't say you have to stop it, because you
Right.
don't. You're an average person. You want to enjoy your life. But maybe we need to discuss how much.
Maybe I should stop the beer through this process, and
Right.
then it'll be a lot easier to control.
But is that
when
a
I start back.
realistic way? We're looking at a
Yeah.
lifestyle change.
Exactly.
So if you're not going to do that for the rest of your life, then I don't want you to do something you're not going to do.
I think what I'm going to do doing this, I'm going to record everything I eat or consume in
I
the
think
course
that's a
of a
great
day.
idea.
I'm going to, because I do a daily little report sheet that kind of
Okay.
chronicles what I do.
Right.
So I'm going to put on there if I have a beer, I'll mark it down and everything. That way, the next morning I can say, what did I do the day before or at the end of the day?
I would love for you to do that for me for a week or 2 weeks of time.
Okay.
And then I can look at it and I can say, oh, this is the problem.
Exactly.
This is what you're doing. You're not eating so bad here. You're not eating. Sometimes people even skip meals, which that's another thing I'm going to talk to you about. Because
Okay.
I don't know if you skip breakfast, if you
I
don't
never eat
lunch.
breakfast.
Okay,
If I eat
well, that's a bad one.
If I eat breakfast, I'm hungry again at 10.
Yeah.
Very often
See.
Very often I don't eat until 3 or 4 in the afternoon. Just
Oh, my
because
goodness.
that's how my day goes. I just whenever.
That's horrible. Okay, let me explain something to you.
Okay.
Your metabolism needs something, a fuel, to function and burn.
Right.
So by not eating, you're starving it.
So coffee's not fuel.
No, coffee is just a liquid.
Just help me. Just help me. I know. I'm just joking.
It keeps you awake.
So what's the least thing I could eat in the morning? Because I don't really want to eat anything that I could eat to.
That's because you haven't done it. But
I've never eaten
if
breakfast
you
my
start
entire life.
doing it, your body's going to want it. And yes, you are going to be hungry by 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
But the best way to eat is every 3 hours. then to not eat until 3 o'clock in the afternoon, because now you're killing your metabolism. It's not working. It's kind of waiting until that time and not functioning. So it's not going to burn until it sees a little bit of food, and then it goes, oh, there's some food. And instead of going and burning it up, it's going to store it. And it's going to keep it as fat in your body, which is probably why you're at 29% body fat.
Okay. So I have to eat something in the morning. What can I eat?
You need to eat in the morning. You need to eat lunch. You need to eat a schedule of food.
Yeah.
Even if it's a little thing, you don't have to eat a lot.
Right.
But you can eat small.
What about like a energy bar or granola bar or something like that? Would
energy
that count?
bar, but you want protein too.
Okay.
So usually those bars don't have any protein in it, unless it has peanuts. Can you eat almonds? Can you eat? Because I know you're vegetarian, so
yeah,
that's a little bit of a challenge.
I just don't eat any physical meat. I can, and I don't eat eggs because they gross me out.
Okay.
Milk grosses me out horribly. But,
Okay.
But the milk mustaches, that
you don't do that.
when you see milk on somebody's face,
So
I
you
can't
have
drink
coffee
it.
black, in other words.
Huh?
You have coffee black. You don't
Yes.
put any cream in it.
No, straight up.
Right.
Because if you put stuff in it, it becomes a latte.
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess. I mean, I have to have it with milk.
I even
For
the
me,
Cuban coffee, I have to have it even without the sugar because I don't like anything like that in my
Really?
coffee. So, yeah.
Well, but I think you're doing pretty good. I mean, those are some things that are really difficult for some people to even accomplish. So
Right.
all you have to do is increase the amount of meals you're going to eat in a day.
Okay.
Make sure that what you're eating is not high in certain things. So, like, you don't want to be only carbs, because that's the trick in vegetarian.
Right.
It sometimes becomes all carbs. You want some proteins in there.
I need to learn what carbs are, what these different things
Yeah.
are. That's one of the things that I don't pay much attention to. So,
Right.
I'll have to pay a little more attention to things like that.
Well, I can teach you that.
We
I
were-
can teach
we-
you those
I was
things. I
hoping
know
to get-
today is going to be a little long for us to go into it, but maybe
Right.
that's another topic we can talk about.
Exactly. We're hoping to get like a nutritionist involved. That would
Right.
I think that would be very cool. And hairstylist. Not that I need any styling on my
Yeah,
lovely
right.
hair. So anyway, I just get shaggy and don't really care.
Right.
And that's the point. Part of my problem. So that those are also the solutions we're trying to come up with
Exactly.
here. So we want a hairstylist involved. We want a few different things like that. And,
Exactly. Let's
and,
find some people
We're
that
gonna
also can give us
list,
some
we're gonna
knowledge.
list them on this page. If you go to
Right.
ComeSeeMiami.com, click on the Health and Fitness tab, you'll see where your ad will be in there.
Right.
And in there we will put a link to this makeover thing we're doing.
Okay.
And on there we'll put the different people we would like to be involved in this. Because the whole point is to show that picture that you took earlier.
Right.
We took pictures before we
Right. I
started.
took pictures of him now. And
Right.
then we're going to take pictures at the end so
At
that
the
we can
end.
see some sort of a difference in him.
Exactly.
And you can
I want to
see.
take one. We didn't take one with my shirt off. I want to take one with my shirt off, just
Okay, we'll
because
do
it's
that.
going to embarrass me. But I don't care because I had to go to a point in my life where I said, I'm going to be humiliated with this because there are people who know me.
Well,
and
it's like I said, you're always doing camera work and you want to be on the camera instead of behind it. What's the point if that's what
Right.
you do?
Right.
You want to feel comfortable with doing what you do.
Sure.
So,
And I pass up a lot of interview things because I
Right.
don't want to be behind the camera interviewing
Right.
somebody because it makes them feel uncomfortable. I know I interviewed Clyde Butcher a few years ago, the photographer, and it was like that. And you could tell he didn't feel he was hating it because I'm behind the camera. He's
Yeah, it's
over here.
odd.
Made him feel strange. So anyway, what else?
Okay, so we talked about food that you need to at least eat more frequently, and it could be anything from almonds, because since you're vegetarian, different sources are almonds, soy,
And I like almonds.
and you like
How about
almonds.
pistachios?
Any nuts.
I love pistachios.
They're considered proteins.
Okay,
Um,
that I can work
and that you have a balance of things. So you also have to include some carbs. It could be a whole wheat toast. You can make yourselves wraps, maybe with some hummus. Anything that's going
Love
to
hummus.
create the balance of carbs and proteins, but just eating it throughout the day.
with. Okay.
Like for me, I'll grab, like before I came here or before I even had some lunch in between, like let's say 10:30, that's the time. I feel I need to eat, so I grab a little thing of almonds and I'll have some almonds, or I'll have.
So that's the first time you ate it? It's at 10:30?
No, I'll eat before
Oh, you
that.
eat before that?
I eat in the morning and I eat a good
Gotcha.
breakfast. I'll have
Okay.
eggs. I'll have.
I thought I was going to get a pass until 10:30.
No.
Okay.
I start really early,
Okay.
and if I don't do that, then my blood sugars go nuts.
Okay.
So you have to do that to balance it all out and to feel good, because there's sometimes when you don't eat the right things, and then by 2:00 in the afternoon you are super tired,
Right.
and it's because your blood sugars drop. Sometimes people eat a lot of sugars and then they don't have anything to balance it out, and then they're like falling asleep at 2
I
o'clock in the
actually
afternoon.
really have so much energy all the time. I don't understand how my metabolism works like that. But this, I'm going to be hyper when this happens.
Maybe because of the type of job you have that you're always going.
Right.
You don't have any downtime.
Right.
People who work at a computer and are sitting there focusing, it gets tiring. After a while, you're like yawning and scratching your face, and
right.
because you're stuck on the same thing. But you're on the go. You are moving from one place to another place. You don't have the time to get tired like that.
Exactly.
Because you're always moving.
Mm-hmm.
So that could be why that happens with you. It's
Okay.
that kind of lifestyle. But I guarantee that if you sat there behind a computer all day long, you would have it.
No energy. Okay. So the step from here, you're gonna.
Now comes exercise. That's the next part.
Okay.
Well, we need to talk about what you're gonna do, how much time you're gonna put into it.
Should we do that on a separate video, or should we put that in part of this video?
I say maybe we could do that in the next video because
Okay.
this is long. This is all about measuring and talking a little bit about food, and
Okay.
then we can say, okay, this is the exercise portion, okay, and then we can get into that part of things.
Okay.
But at least one question in this video is, how much exercise do you think you can put into your life in a week? Let's say, like.
I don't really have a set schedule, so I mean I can do whatever as far as that goes.
Are you
other than
anywhere,
appointments
do you
or
wake
whatever.
up early? Do you wake up late?
It just kind of depends on the day or what I did the night before.
Okay.
Because we do computer stuff. I do computer stuff at night.
So probably up late doing
yeah, I'm
that
up
kind of
late,
stuff.
but I'm usually up by between 8 and 9 in the morning usually.
Okay, and then when do you head out the door?
When I have appointments, basically. You know.
When you have appointments.
Right.
So.
Or if I'm making sales calls or whatever.
So then you can schedule your appointments according to your schedule.
Sure.
So let's say, is mornings a good time for you to do some exercise? Like anything.
Yeah.
It could be anything. It could be walking. It could be incorporating the weight training. It could be swimming. It could be any of those things.
Okay.
But it'll be your time to exercise. Because if you do it later, and if you're
I'm
doing
not going to swim while I'm fat. I'm not taking my shirt off for anybody else except for this video.
you can wear a t-shirt. You don't have to do that. I mean, you don't have to hide yourself because of that. Nobody's going to care.
I'll pass on swimming till I'm in better shape.
Oh my goodness.
Right.
But that's one of the best forms of exercise, just to let you know.
I know.
And it's easy and it's not hot.
Exactly.
And it works your entire body. So yeah, how many days? Do you think 3 times a week? 4 times a week?
I mean, I could exercise some every day. I don't see why I
Okay,
couldn't.
I think that's awesome. If you could do that, you'll see quicker results.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, but you think this will be for the rest of your life? You want to be
Well, that's the whole point with this is
Exactly.
I want it to be like someone
a
recently.
habit.
Someone
Let's make
recently,
a habit.
Yeah.
I think it's every 21 days is what makes a
When you
habit.
make your coffee, you go do some
You
exercise.
brush your teeth.
And you eat your
you
stuff.
get
whatever.
dressed. It's the habits
Right.
that we have
Exactly.
we have to do. So
what I do is make
exercise
it
is your
more
habit.
minimal exercises, but every day.
Every
instead
day.
of instead of trying to kill yourself.
30 minutes, let's say. You give yourself 30 minutes.
That's a long time.
It is. Somewhat. Depends. Sometimes I work with a client for an hour.
Right.
Sometimes I work for 45 minutes. But it depends on what we're doing.
Okay.
I only see them maybe 2 or 3 times a week. So, of course, I want to give them the most that I can when I see them. So I work an hour with them.
Okay.
But then later on other days of the week, they need to do some stuff. They have to go and physically run or jog or bike or any kind of cardio involvement.
Okay.
So that's what you need to determine. So in the next video, we'll talk about what do you like to do as
Okay.
fitness? What is it? And then we'll write it down.
Okay.
We'll figure out what your schedule is going to be like. And then on another video, we'll do the weight training part where I'll teach you stuff. And then
Okay.
you need to get yourself equipment. So maybe I'll make a list of the things you might want to get yourself.
Yeah, tell me stuff we need, and we'll show that in
And
the
then the next
video.
time we'll incorporate
We'll show you
that
stuff.
in
Okay.
there.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
So we're set with this one.
Where's that with this one?
All right. So bared my all to you guys. So
Yeah, I'm sure he feels embarrassed.
anyway, exactly. Now when people are
But
gonna be
that's
like,
okay. This is what it's about.
usually when people say, "Oh, I saw one of your videos," I'm like all excited. Now I'll be like, "Not that one though,
Did
right?"
you see that one?
Yeah, exactly. We met Philip Seymour
Yeah.
Hoffman a few years ago.
Oh, really?
And, yeah, we rented movies in our store because he was filming a video
Yeah.
called Love Liza, which we were actually in the movie this much. But anyway, whenever we were doing the things, he had apparently made a movie called Happiness he was very embarrassed about, and we were watching that video when he was at our store, and it was really funny because I'll be the same way.
Yeah, you'll be embarrassed
I said, I just
about
saw a movie with you. And he's like, what movie did you see? And I said, Happiness. He's like, oh God. And we had not gotten to the point in Happiness yet. We didn't watch the whole movie, but I understand why he was embarrassed. Anyway, all right, guys,
Okay.
we're out.
So
Math
great
Monkey here,
talking to you guys
Pinecrest,
again.
Florida. Yeah,
and
this
being
is awesome.
part of this whole process.
Thank you for doing this. This is just so fun and exciting and all that kind of stuff. And I can't wait until the end so I can show myself not looking so fat. And hopefully
We're
it'll
also
motivate.
going to give ourselves some time.
Hopefully
because
it'll inspire some people.
it doesn't happen
How long do you think?
overnight.
Like a couple months, 3 months? How long do you think?
These are good 3 months.
If I really hold to what I'm saying.
If you hold
Okay.
to what you're saying,
And I'm
you
going to start
continue.
maybe next Monday. Should I
Okay.
set a time? I mean, I want to start right until I have that weight exercise.
You can start whenever you think you want to start.
Okay.
But if, let's say, a good 3 months gives us some time to see that you're implementing this, it'll be past the 21 days of making habits.
Okay, and if you go to the website and see the place I was showing you,
Yeah.
I'll put there my start date so people will know.
Okay,
So I'll
sounds
probably
good.
start in a couple of days, and I'm going to eat like a pig for a couple of days, drink lots of beer.
Try to get it out of his system.
Exactly, get it out of my system, which I've done a little of. So,
Right.
But anyway, all right. Thank you so much, Michelle.
No problem.
This is awesome. See you guys later.
Bye.